will be an
Hey, what is going on, guys? It is the SMT. Thank you for tuning in to watch this edition of the SMT YouTube channel. Today we have several updates coming out of T-Mobile. A lot of these implicate not just the T-Mobile and Sprint merger, but also employment, network integrations, and what's going on with the retail space. So before I get into today's video, if you could, please turn your attention to the description box. We have links to the following items. We have the SMT Patreon page. We have the second channel's T-Mobile Tech live streams, where all of our podcasts get archived and cataloged. We also have the Twitter handle at SneedTech, and we have the Megadon.net invite code. Never need another social media platform ever again. The social media platform of the future, Megadon.net. No algorithms, no ads, no tracking. So let's get started with today's news. The first item, in terms of T-Mobile stores. T-Mobile is going to be opening all standalone carrier stores very, very soon. In fact, they may have already done this as of the day that you're watching this. So with all that has been going on over the last several weeks with the current situation, it looks like some of those precautions, some of those things obviously have been very warranted. It looks like T-Mobile might have a plan in place that will allow them to be a functional retail space while still keeping customers and their employees protected. A very, very tough situation, but obviously people are in need of phones. There are going to be activations, there's upgrades, service issues, billing, accessories, whatever. Sales need to happen. We've got a huge merger. Revenue has to be generated. People have to be served. So that's where I think it's at. And also, if you take into consideration certain safety measures and protocols that may have been developed and can now be implemented, we may be seeing that. So extra spacing, distancing, etc. I think a lot of that is going to happen just probably over the last week or so, probably a lot of planning for it. In terms of mall locations, those are going to remain closed. So, I personally advise you out there, try to avoid public interaction, getting close to people. The space is actually good. Try to deal with customer care reps over the phone or through chat or Twitter. I just think it's too risky. Other things to understand and be mindful of, there's going to be a lot of traffic, people trying to get in there, so I don't like the prospect of that. The T-Mobile Tuesday stuff obviously is app-based, no in-store action for that, so if they're shipping something or whatever, that should be something we'd expect. Shipping is your best option when it comes to devices and things of that nature, so, do follow those recommendations. I think those are the best options for customers. The second piece, this is a network update. Pretty much in terms of the network integration with T-Mobile and Sprint, everything is going to be happening from the software side. There's not much that they can actually do from the hardware side at this point. Everything has to be software-based and remote. So all these modifications, all the troubleshooting, all the integrations and things of that nature has to be done remotely through software. Expect some hiccups here and there. Expect some outages. Hopefully they are short-lived and they don't last too long. We'll keep our fingers crossed so people get connected. Be patient. This is a very difficult time. There's tons of network traffic and all that's going on with work from home and school from home. And then also keep in mind the fact that you're trying to integrate two different types of networks. So keep mind of that. Obviously, the workforce involved, there's just, you can't or they won't do anything for now in terms of getting on sites and doing any type of physical integrations that are hardware based. You just got to be patient. You got to be tolerant to the situation. I think back to whose fault this is. If you're looking for somebody to blame, I think it's pretty obvious. It's pretty much any opposition to the merger because this would have already been done. So big shout out and thank you to Tish James, New York State Attorney General, and California State Attorney General Xavier Becerra, who, these are state representations that decided to nonsensically try to oppose this merger and basically just delay it. So we're in this position now because of them. I'll also throw in the California Public Utilities Commission. They've also been stalling and resting on their laurels. There's a lot of blame to point. Anybody who opposed the merger and made it unnecessarily go through all this rigmarole, they're to blame here. So big shout out to them for being idiots. Also, Band 71, the 600 megahertz, you probably can't really expect too much to happen in terms of deployment there. It's probably going to be at a crawling pace or a snail pace due to the current situation. I think band 41, the 2.5 gigahertz, and also band 25, The 1900 megahertz integration is also probably going to be slowed down tremendously by the current situation. Massive MIMO technology will be a touchy proposition moving forward until the engineers can actually get out there and get to these installations. 600 megahertz is already a difficult enough task as it is. Money is going to be spent, but it looks like it's going to be slower than even first predicted. Now the third item, huge concerns for what's going on the T-Mobile retail side. Looks like employees on the retail side, including authorized dealers and possibly corporate employees and engineers, all going to be compromised in terms of their employment. There are fears that there could be store closings and retail situations that could be on the chopping block, I should say. Already we've seen Metro with losses of employees. Stores could be closing in the near future, but if they can't sustain through these times, we'll have to see what type of a stimulus or support or loans companies can get. But it's a very touchy situation. Some things being merger related and some things being the situation related. I have one call to action, and it's pretty simple. If John Legere is who he says he is, if John Legere really cares, Marcelo, the same thing. These are executives that are set to make tens of millions of dollars in merger bonuses. I think they should be giving up some of this money to help these people that could potentially lose their jobs in retail, store closings. I think these guys need to do something about this. They could. I mean, these are guys and executives that generate tens of millions in salary annually over the course of the last decade or longer in some cases. John's been with the company for, I think, 8 years as an executive. I think Marcelo for a handful of years. They've made enough money, and they'll continue to make money. They still have positions within their respective companies. They're still going to generate tens of millions of dollars, and they can do it. So my call to action, if John is who he says he is, then I think he's willing to make that sacrifice. I think he's willing to give up some of that bonus to take care of some of these people that work hard for his company that he claims that he ride or dies for. So that's my call to action, and that's what I have to say about that. And, I'm not trying to, sit on a high horse and try to pretend like, everything is perfect and I'm this perfect individual. But, if you think about this time, I mean, his company's on the line at this point. And things could change moving forward if these issues are not addressed. That's my take. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say on these items. Go ahead and drop me a comment in the comment section below. The voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let me know what you guys think about these items. That's pretty much it for this one. If you guys could, before you go, please like this video, rate it for me. Also share it to your favorite social media platforms. Help the channel out quite a bit in that way. Also, if you are new, maybe this is your first time here, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you never miss an upload from the SMT. I want to thank you guys again so much for being here to watch. You can check out some of these other videos that I've hand selected here. They're all over in these cards if you're not ready to leave the SMT channel. So thanks again for watching. I am the SMT, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.